Hello everyone, today we'll be taking a look at the top 5 mistakes that you should probably avoid if you want to get that A star in your GCSE physics exam. Number 1. One of the worst mistakes costing students marks in their exams is units. First of all, learn all your SI units and how to get their unit equivalents because all the equations you use in your datasheet are going to rely on these units. You also need to learn all of the unit prefixes that you will come across in GCSE physics so that you can convert to base units no matter what the exam throws at you. Thankfully, I have prepared a table for you all containing a large chunk of the quantities and their respective SI units that you will need for the exam. And here's the table of prefixes along with their powers as seen in the standard form notation. So if you'd like to make a note of any of this, then feel free to go back and pause the video to do so. The second big mistake is not really knowing how to go about rearranging equations. Though it's a math skill, you will need it to do physics. Not to worry though, rearranging equations is a skill that you can practice easily by doing either math sheets or rearranging physics equations in your own spare time. Here's an example for you to try. This is the equation EK equals half mv squared, the equation that we use to calculate how much energy that an object has because of its movement. So why don't you try and rearrange this to make v the subject of the formula. So the first thing that we're going to do is that we're going to divide both sides by a half in order to get mv squared is equal to 2ek. Now we want to divide both sides by m in order to get v squared on its own. Finally, the last step that we need to take is that we need to square root both sides in order to make v the subject of this formula. Thankfully, at least as far as your GCSE exams go, rearranging equations doesn't seem to get much more difficult than this, so if you can put in the time and the effort to practice rearranging equations by yourselves, then it shouldn't be too difficult to pick this up as a skill that will help you in every single exam. Number 3. Read the question. This is an incredibly annoying way to lose marks for many students, and it usually happens when you rush into a question without actually taking a moment to look at and process the information that the question has given you. So what can you do? First of all, before you do any question, never rush into a calculation until you've read the whole question so that you can understand exactly what it is that you're trying to calculate. Oh, and of course, don't forget to check that everything you've been given is in the correct units. Now, the next thing that you can do is look for question-specific clues that might help you solve the problem that you're being shown. For example, in my first video, the question puts in bold the word each when referring to the two bungee cords, to imply that the elastic potential energy calculation for each cord needs to be done separately. Number 4. Using the calculator properly. We all know that calculators are amazing tools that can make working things out so much easier. But sometimes, students can forget that they are just that, tools, and that a calculator can't actually think for itself. So you have to be incredibly careful when choosing what to enter into a calculator. For example, if you don't put brackets around the right terms, you could easily lose marks on a question after having already done the hard part yourself. So please, make sure that you format your calculations properly on a calculator. Secondly, if you're working on a multi-step question, please use your calculator storing values function instead of rounding your answers too early and using those instead, as this could also lead to your final answer being incorrect. Number 5. Show all of your working out. Now, when you start any calculation question, you should start by identifying and writing out the equations that you're going to use, followed by any unit conversions you did to the data given to you, and also including any working out you did to rearrange an equation to get it in the form that you need. Students often make the mistake of just speeding through a question and not writing down their working adequately to put down an answer and move on. The reason that showing our working is so important is because if we did this and got the answer wrong, then we would probably get no marks for the question. However, if you actually show the steps you took, like I said, even if you end up getting the calculations wrong, you'll still get a lot of marks, which could easily be the difference between a grade boundary. So please, be diligent and write down clearly all the steps you're taking to answer a question. For those of you who made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of you, and if you want to see more content like this, then comment what you want to see, leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well, and make sure you turn on the notification bell if you want to be notified when I drop the next video. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.